today's lesson, we are going to be talking about adding and subtracting positive and negative rational numbers. That's going to be our learning target for the day, so you want to write that down. While you're writing that down, let's give an example of what that actually means. We're going to be able to add and subtract positive and negative rational numbers, so the type of problem you'll be able to solve is like this one. 1/6 plus 3/8 equals some number. By the end of today, we're going to come back to that question, and you're going to be able to answer that. And when we're doing this, the biggest thing that we need to worry about is using like denominators, or common denominators. So in this example, we have two fractions. We have 3/8 and 3/8. Both of these have common denominators. So once we have the common denominator, all that we need to do is add the tops. So it's literally going to be 3 plus 3 over 8, which equals 6/8. For another example, if we have 3/5 plus 4/5, we have common denominators, so that stays the same. And we add the tops. So on top it's going to be 3 plus 4. And we have 7/5. So that was adding fractions with like denominators. The process is going to be the exact same for subtracting fractions. So we have common denominators. They are exactly the same, so that's going to be our denominator in our answer. So we have 9 on the bottom, and on top we take the numbers in the exact same order with the same subtraction. So 7 minus 4 goes on top, and 9 goes on the bottom. So we have 7 minus 4 is 3 over 9. So it is now your turn to try these on your own. On page 34 in your notebook, we have example 3. We have two different problems that everybody should try on their own. We have 2/9, negative 2/9 minus 5/9, and 6/7 plus negative 3/7. Solve these on your own, and we'll come back together in 2 minutes. So, you already have a grasp of how to add and subtract fractions when the denominators are the same. Now we need to figure out what to do when the denominators are different. And honestly, it's going to be very similar. The only difference is we need to make the denominators the same. So, we go about finding a common or making common denominators. So, make the common denominator by finding the least common multiple. And as an abbreviation, least common multiple is LCM. So, we list the multiples of our smallest number. So we list 3, 6, 9. And this problem we're lucky because 9 is a multiple of 3. So we ask ourselves, what do we need to multiply 3 by to get 9? And that's just going to be 3. So just like we were doing yesterday, we multiply the bottom by 3, and because we've multiplied that by 3, we need to do the same thing to the top. So our problem turns into 7/9 plus 3/9. Once we've done this, the bottom is going to stay the same, and we add the tops. So we get 10 over 9. Now our second example. We have 5/8 and 2/5. Now I think everybody in the room already knows that 5/8 or 5 and 8, they aren't multiples of each other. So we list the multiples of 5, and we go up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And we do the same thing with 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. Perfect. We have a common multiple of both of these that are the same. So 40 and 40. So we need to ask ourselves, what do we need to multiply 8 by to get 40? And that answer is going to be 5. So we multiply the top and the bottom by 5. And we write that answer next to our equals. So 5 times 5 is 25. And on the bottom, 40. And we do the same thing for 5. In order to get 40 out of 5, 40 with 5, we need to multiply by 8. So we multiply the top and the bottom by 8, and we subtract, because this problem is subtraction, we subtract that answer from 25/40ths. So we have 16 over 40. And just like before, our bottom stays the same, and we subtract our top. So 25 minus 16 is 9.